Okay, so what we have here is a Dynaquick model 650 tube and transistor tester. Uh, the problem we have with this is the interconnecting wires that connect up these two sides, basically the tube sockets on this side and all the tube sockets over here. That wire connector was extremely stiff, and in fact, when I opened it up to examine it, I mean, this thing wouldn't even open up like this. It was so stiff. So here it is right here. We've removed it, and of course not all the wires stayed connected. You see a full of 5 of them have pulled out their pin holes. Now the good thing about this is I did some preliminary tests, and logically, as well as tested, these are just interconnecting. So in other words, that red pin correlates to that red pin, the wire next to it correlates to the wire next to it. So this is not rocket science here. What I'm going to do is I will disconnect one wire at a time, basically take this out of the loom, measure it, and then reconnect one side at a time. The reason I want to do it that way is I basically want to keep these lead lengths about the same from pin to pin. Hopefully, by doing one wire at a time, basically replacing it with the length of the same set, when I wire it back up, it should kind of work all out, if you understand what I'm saying. But I don't feel comfortable just fixing these missing ones by finding out which pin has continuity, because these things are super stiff. This insulation is breaking if I try to bend it. You cannot even flex this at all. This is not flexing. So I don't know if it's because the heat shrink is super hard, which is probably part of the problem, and the other part of the problem is this wire is frankly stiff as a board. So it looks like it's a irregular multi-stranded wire, not the super fine stuff like you find on test leads. This regular stranded wire, and I'm assuming the problem is just the insulation has gotten so hard that when you bundle it tightly up into this package here, it's just it's just not going to move at all. So what I'll do is like I said, I'll pull one out. There's green corrosion going on here, so I'll have to probably get some kind of a cleaning brush, maybe like one of those steel kind that are used for cleaning carburetor jets or something like that, down in there and clean out the corrosion so I get that solder to stick. And hopefully when I do all this and put it back together, I don't find out that the transformer or any other parts in that, mainly the transformer that thing isn't smoked. I don't know of a really good effective way of testing it. I suppose maybe, since there don't appear to be any switches on this thing over here, the only thing that happens is this power lead, which is cut, goes from there, goes through this umbilical cord to this. I suppose if I just went ahead and put some AC into it, I could plug a few tubes in here and see if it works, and the assumption that these are just going along for the ride. I might just do that before I get too deep into that. Anyway, more later.